Hello everybody, this is Brian from Gator Traders. Today we're going to be looking at Microvision MVIS. Microvision is an augmented reality and a LiDAR company. Augmented reality is in the HoloLens 2 produced by Microsoft, and the LiDAR is yet unaffiliated with the customer. The scenes that we've seen from the IAA show last week, week prior, whenever it was they demonstrated a very impressive LiDAR module. That module hasn't been associated with any potential customers or contracts yet, and that's what investors in this stock are really waiting for as the next potential huge catalyst. And if they get that customer and they get that third-party validation, this could be absolutely parabolic. It could be very exciting to be a part of. Right now, what we need to worry about, though, is price action. Not what may happen in the future, but what's happening to everybody's accounts currently. So the question is on everybody's mind: where's the bottom? Well, good news, I think I have it figured out. And the answer might surprise you. Stick around to the end of the video because we're going to find out. Okay, welcome back. So up in front of you, I have the daily chart. This is going to be a linear scale daily chart. You can see the chaotic, crazy volatility that we've had so far in 2021. I have the 100-period whole moving average up on the chart, have some trend lines drawn, and a demand zone here at the bottom. Here with the RSI, I have a 50-period moving average, and we'll be going over all of these things as well as the volume profile over here to the right. So first up, let's just take a look at the overall trend direction just using some simple lines. Looking at our resistance line here, you can see that Microvision did attempt a breakout of that line, and it's been riding that line down as a form of support. It did not respect what it should have in this little zone coming from this pivot. It just crashed right through that. Yeah, it paused a little bit. It looked like it might have wanted to hold, but it didn't. It didn't. It slid down and it's continuing to ski down this hill towards our green box. Now, is it going to make it all the way to the green box? The top of the green box that I have drawn is going to be about $11.12, 20 cents, somewhere in there, and it is possible. It is possible. But right now what I'm looking at is an inside bar formation, also known as a spinning top. If you want to do candlestick analysis and name that candle game, they all tell the same story. The sellers lost the battle today. This is a bullish candle. This is signaling a potential reversal. There's not really a ton of volume. It's actually trading a little bit under the average volume today, and that's a little bit discouraging because you want to see volume turn the tides. Now, granted, this type of candle setup typically doesn't have tremendous amounts of volumes built into that. You usually see some different type of structure. So going into tomorrow, we may potentially see that volume come in and be a little bit excited about this potential reversal. Now, granted, the 100 HMA is saying that this is still in a downtrend according to the whole moving average, which is a faster moving average than the simple moving average or the moving average exponential, weighted, so on and so forth. The whole is about as fast as it gets. So with this being up above the stock, you can expect this to be a form of resistance that a lot of traders aren't going to be looking at. You can expect that about the 1294 area. I'm also looking for resistance to be in between that 1294 area to about 1352. Whenever we start looking at the volume profile analysis over here to the right, you can see that there's a ton of volume piled up in this area. That's going to end up being an entire zone of resistance that Microvision is going to have to overcome the next couple of days if it can get jump-started into a trend, into an uptrend now off of this candlestick. So specifically, what are we looking for tomorrow? The first thing I'm going to look for is just break the day's high. Break and close above today's high would be an incredibly bullish setup. Now, this inside bar setup, it's not just a two candlestick pattern, okay? Just because it doesn't happen tomorrow doesn't mean it can't happen the next day. This can actually drag out for several candles before it needs to make a decision and confirm one way or the other. Personally, I think critical support for what's going on right now is obviously going to be today's low. That's going to be the lowest point in this trend so far. That's going to be at about $11.56. Hopefully, it can stay above that. It can catch a little bounce off of this support that we have now, this resistance line that turned into a support, and hopefully these major buyers that are expected to be in this area will get a little bit bold, a little bit aggressive, and come up out of this area and start gobbling up some shares, increasing some volume, and push prices a little bit higher. If prices do break out of this area, then really the sky's the limit. But me personally, I think Microvision is going to be trapped in a range between about $15 or $16 and current price until there's some type of fundamental change. Microvision's made a lot of lofty promises over the last year, and I think the market is ready to see some of those promises come into into fruition in the form of revenue and contracts and third-party validation. There's only so many times you can say your product is the best without having a customer before people start doubting that. Right now, we don't see a lot of institutional selling, but we have seen a decrease in institutional buying. Earlier in this year, there was a lot more institutional buying going on. So that little bit of change is something to keep our eyes on over the coming weeks and the coming days. And hopefully, Microvision's got some PR coming out soon that can fundamentally excite this stock once again. Because right now the story's gotten a little bit old, it's gotten a little bit stale, and it does need a new fire to be lit underneath it. Thank you for taking your time to watch this video. Please visit my website at www.gator-traders.com, where I have a neglected blog that will be back up and running as early as next week. I also have a link to my Discord there. You can join my Discord. I invite everybody, bulls and bears alike, to come and have intelligent, polite conversation about Microvision and a few other stocks. We also have general stock rooms and whatnot for pretty much anything that you would want to talk about. Anyway, again, thank you for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe. Take care. Have a great week, and God bless.